Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here. Welcome back to another Thursday stream with all the important information and news, everything about Transformers Earth Wars. So yes, thank you everyone for joining me today, and quite a lot to go through today. Yesterday I was looking through some notes thinking, what should I talk about? There's something I want to try. And then in today's stream from the official stream that Space 8 do from the developers themselves, a lot of information sort of piled in, and some huge news, which we're going to talk about today and sort of talk about if it's good, if it's bad, the reasons for it. And sort of let you guys sort of decide what you guys think of it as well, and let me know in the stream. But lots and lots of information in today's stream. So if you've missed the obviously Space 8 stream today, then this might come a big surprise to you. And those that watched it will try and give a bit of insight that I normally do, and sort of say about why I think the way I think, and whether it's good or bad, and we'll have a bit of a talk on whether it is good or bad. Yeah, cool. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Tarn and Alpha Trion's G1 core, which I showed in last week's stream, but they've actually had a bit of a turnaround with it, which was really good. I'll be talking a bit about that. We'll be talking about the huge nerfs in the game. It's been coming, that's come today. Let's just drop the bombshell. We've been talking about it in playtest, and I'll talk about what I suggested, what some of the people agreed with or disagreed with, some of the suggestions and why they maybe gone with the way they've gone with, and some news about some new content coming soon. We're going to talk about that as well, and then some great news they announced today, talking a bit about what that means in the game, and some brand new features coming soon as well. And also we're going to talk about some resources that you might want to save coming soon. But yeah, action-packed stream. Like I say, lots and lots of information, lots of talking points to go through. So yeah, thanks for joining me. And yeah, let's have a look who we've got in the chat. So we have got Penny Lancaster in first. Good to see you. I'll be giving a few Sunstreaker Wozza stash crystals out throughout the stream, guys. I normally sometimes do first in the stream, sometimes not, but I'm just going to give me some random ones out, I think, during the stream, rather than just the people that got in there first. I noticed some notifications on Discord that's not going through. I'm trying to look into it, but for the meantime, I can do it manually. So if you don't see a notification, guys, just give me a heads up in the the foyer, whatever we'll call it, in the before the stream, and yeah, I can post a link in my Discord. So apologies to people that aren't getting it. But again, big thank you to my members. Don't forget, we do a regular giveaway to all the members, the platinum members, that is. Any member gets access to a load of content that I create early. I've still got about 5 or 6 videos there that I've made that are for members only. I'll be creating more tomorrow and over the weekend. So there'll be loads of sort of videos posted there. So if you want to get all these videos sort of soon, guys, and all the content that I sort of make, get the first dibs on that, then consider becoming a member to check all that content out first. So yeah. Who else have we got? We've got E-Rods as well, and Lord Avix, a lot of the usual suspects. Chip Cox as well, Mitchell, VF1J, how's it going, guys? Stay Puff, my good buddy, good to see you as well. Carnage Mac, alright. We've got Chas Cress. I think you're new to the stream, I think. But yeah, thanks for joining. Welcome. Robert C4, welcome back again. We've got good buddy Chris Harmon. Jason Rowley. We've got... Who else we got? I've not actually read through the chat yet, so I'll have to catch up with what everyone's saying. But if you put anything in the chat, any question in that, guys, then put it back in at the end so I can sort of catch up. There's a lot of chat going on. Venga Prime as well. Ronald Van Holland. Thanks for joining, guys. Who else? Volcanicus #1. Matt Poley. How's it going, buddy? Tony B. Alpha Trion 1. Hellraiser. James Oliver. So good, buddy. Oh, good. Highly classified Prowl. Hey, how's it going, buddy? I presume that's the same Prowl from one I talk to occasionally in Discord. So yeah, good to see you. We got big guy Adam Lay. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. And Charlie plays. And I think, yeah, that is everyone. A lot of Avix has gone Usual Suspects, my favourite movie. It's actually my favourite movie of all time. So yeah, a little bit of trivia for you there. It might come up one day, you never know. So remember that. But yeah, Usual Suspects, very very good film. I think if you're born in the 80s, 90s, then you might have heard that film, might have watched it. For the younger crowd that watch, maybe not. Go and check it out. That was, I don't want to give too much away, but that was one of the first films that had like a major twist for me, and I was like, oh my god, I've got to watch this film again. And straight away, I watched the whole film again. Like, honestly, and you watch it with a different set of eyes. Amazing film, honestly, it's worth it. It's very slow at the start. You start to think, where's it going? Very good film, guys. Anyway, go and check it out. Yes, Cameron Naylor, Kaiser Soze. Don't rat on your dad or Kaiser Soze will come for you. Great movie. I agree, guys. Great movie. Denel Kid as well. How's it going? Sorry I missed you. Sorry. Yeah, oh, and Cyber Inferno missed you as well. So yeah, if I missed anyone, you can give me a quick hi in the chat and I will catch up. And any questions, just stick it in the chat as normal, guys, and I will do my best to answer them. So let's have a look at this week's newsletter, look at the event, and then I can answer any questions that are in the chat. So, Bowie, Grana, Weep, Ninibong, welcome to week 7 of the saga. Saga's gone very quick, very quick. Individual totalizer this week, 35k. It is for some Prime Core shards, 4-star, 3-star, and Primes as normal, G metals, gold power cores, some XP, WFC skin core, and 300,000 spark. What I am pleased about this event is they haven't hidden the Prime Core shards behind a paywall, and I think that's for one reason. I'm a bit skeptical. I don't think they've done this because of the huge backlash from the community. What I think they realise is that most people have got all the Prime Cores now or thereabouts, and they realise that they're slowly but surely getting less desirable. Because I've only got 3 left to get, and I think I've got 2 pulls before I even do this event. So I think that when the next 3 Prime Cores will come out, the next 3 is it come out? I've got 2 that I haven't got, and there's only 3 left. So Prime Core shards, a couple more events, and you know, most people will have most of them, I think. And also, not everyone has, don't get me wrong, but those that were saving pretty much will have most of them by now. So they're becoming a you know, not as valuable. So they're making them, you know, we talk about rarity, you know, the more rare something, the more valuable it is, the higher price point it is, and they're slowly but surely, you know, reducing their value now. The new Prime Cores are not in testing yet. But they started today in stream about phase 4. So they've always told us it's going to be phase 3. 3 phases, I'm pretty sure they said that. But I'm pretty sure they said it's going to be in phase 4. So, yeah, I don't know what phase 3 is now. There's so much going on that I don't even know. Is this phase 3? Is phase 3 coming? The MDS getting an upgrade? Will that happen? Is that phase 4? Who knows? A lot of things in testing. A lot of things going on. We went through getting nothing for months, and I think they just should have spaced this content out. We've gone from getting nothing for months, and all of a sudden we're just getting bombarded with everything all at once. So it's been a bit of a manic couple of weeks in playtest, and it's going to be even worse, I think, over the next month. But yeah, it's good that we're getting lots of new content. Lots of new content means I can do lots more videos. So yeah, you know, it's good for the community and good for doing videos. So yeah, I'm happy. You know, I'm happy that the game's making some progress regardless. And we'll talk a bit again about Alliance HQ as well later on. But yeah, all the Prime Core shards are below 10k, which is a good move, I think. And then it's the total sparks and crystals after that, which I said to Dale, I said, you know, personally, I think you don't need to make the 35k events 35k for all the rewards. Make it 10 or 15k, you know, a nice easy weekend, and add, you know, total shard, total spark crystals, and give those people that are willing to, you know, push extra, you know, extra rewards, and let, you know, so the free to play players, you know, can do well and get the essential items, and the pay to play players that want to maybe catch up the top players like myself, you know, they can go for this event. You know, I have no need to get any spark or anything like that. A gold power cores, I don't even need spark at all. So it's, you know, that's fine for me. I could do 10, 15k and just chill. And those, you know, need that spark and want to catch the likes of myself and top players up, they can, you know, smash 35k out. So I like this event. It's a good event. I like what they've done with it. I don't think their entire intentions are just from player backlash. But I do like the event. I like what they've done with it. So, yeah, kudos, Space Ape. You know, it's very rare that I can say Space Ape's done a good job. But I think they've done a really good job with this event. I like it. You know, chilled just before the big endurance event. So, yeah, good. So, game updates and information. So, we've got the new endurance box, which we'll have a brief look at again. A couple of changes been made. And then we've got Tarn as well. Again, we'll go through the ability and go through the G1 core, but thanks to Tex for doing all the visuals again. Aerial and Skilla. I know it's Skilla, but I like saying Skilla. I like saying it wrong. Whenever I do that, I always feel like that Iron Speed guy, but he really annoys me sometimes. Just getting the countries wrong. At first, I thought it was just stupid, but I realise now it's just doing it as a bit of a joke, which is a fair point. But the first time I watched it, I was like, this guy don't have a clue how to like say all the countries and stuff, but it's quite funny, to be fair to him. And yes, so G1 ability for Aerial is a damage increase and executes enemies with a death kiss at whatever percent or lower. He sort of kills the defense. So go and get this premium offer if you've not got it already, guys. It's not a bug. I got like 4 stars from this. It was crazy. I've had loads of people going like, should I get it? Should I not get it? Listen, even if it is a bug, go and buy it. And I won't say who, but a friend of mine messaged me and said, I bought it. I opened the crystals as soon as possible. If we've learned anything from Dino Gate, if you get a bundle and you think it's a bug, open the crystals. Get them opened. Because if them crystals are set in your inventory, they can just take them away. But once you've opened them, you've got the character shards, you've got the bots themselves, you've got your shards, you've got the spat, you've got the cores. They're not tracing that, guys. Get them opened as soon as. But it's not a bug, guys. It's actual legit bundle. So for 99 cents or for £1, $1, whatever, it's well worth it, guys. Go and get it. Honestly, it's very rare that I will say to you, you have to buy this one. Go and get this. It's essential to go and get it. It's not essential, but for £1, it's definitely worth it. Go and get it, guys. Then obviously go and check out your content creators as usual as well. Then we've got Community Corner. Got a cool pic of what looks like Bay Farmers, so we'll skip that. Is that Bay Farmers? I think so, so we'll skip that as well. Don't do Bay Farmers today. Don't do Bay Farmers. And yeah, obviously, like I said, Space Ape, I have a stream today, which we'll be going through. So that is the newsletter. So let's just see what everyone's been talking about in the chat and any questions. So Christian Tom 17T Consley, that is a mouthful. I'm going to call you Christian because that is a long name. How's it going, buddy? Stay puff, good timing on the playtest nuke. Yeah, it was a nuke, wasn't it? Oh, and Grind Time coming in as well. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see. Cyber Inferno agrees. Yeah, good event. I agree. Yep. Cyber Inferno, I really want to stop at 10k, but I'm still spark poor. Well, yeah, that's the chance that you you know, you take it, sadly. But yeah. Christian Tom says, is a Decepticon. Well, I'm a Decepticon, really. I'm a Decepticon Alliance, so I'm like a, you know, I'm half Decepticon. Bruticus and Defensor, favourite combiners. Not the best, though. You know, I know some people that like them because of lore and things like that, but not the best combiners in the game. Bruticus ain't bad. Bruticus is Op Max, and Defensor is Abominus. So yeah, Defensor and Abominus not too good unless on defense. If you're looking at a time trap, Bruticus and Op Max are alright, but not the best. Not bad on defense, I suppose. But yeah, cool. MD Prime just got in. I was, oh, cool. We had to message me early saying, listen, I've started a new job. I'm going to struggle to watch, but good luck with the stream. But yeah, he's jumped in. So good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Bro, you don't really need acid now. Well, do we? Well. Penny Lancaster, I like that. Wozza, you aren't a con, you are SG Autobots. I like that. I'll take that. Yeah. I am like an SG Sunstreaker. I should change my name to that, shouldn't I? No, I was Sunstreaker, you know. I was Sunstreaker back in TFL. Sunstreaker 82, that was my IGN. And then I came over, and then when I started the YouTube channel, I thought, right, some people know me as Sunstreaker, some don't. I need to make it a bit more obvious that that is me. Because I'm coming in chats and they're going like, that's not Wozza, that's not the real Wozza. I'm like, why would anyone fake being me? That's mental. But yeah, so I changed to SS Wozza. I could change it back to, could change it SG Wozza? Oh, interesting, yeah, maybe. Cool. Okay, let's get a bit of the game in the background. We'll have a look at what has come to the game this week. So, obviously, the big news that came out of it was in Discord yesterday, I think it was, before anyone else, and that was that they're raising the cap from level 67 to 70. It was huge news, and the only bot that I've got over 67 right now is actually Blaster, who's at 68 now, who I was tempted to drop from my team and then put back in again. It's like the old Yoki. I thought I'd put him in, take him out, put him in, take him out. Can't be decided yet, but I don't know. I'm still on the fence. But he's the only bot that I've got at 68 anyway. But it started me thinking, like, you know, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? And I'm on the fence about this for a couple of reasons. And it ties in with a few other things as well, which we'll talk about shortly. But you've got to think, so why are they raising the cap to 70? Was it always planned? Is it a reaction? I'm not too sure. I think it was probably planned. But if it was planned, maybe it would have come sooner. I don't know. I'm still sort of on the fence a bit. And the thing that worries me, and the things that I've sort of tested is that they've always said, HQ18, we're going away from one-shots. We're going to go towards combos. That's the idea. And everyone's invested in these combos and chase these combo bots to, you know, to get rid of the defenses. And we've always said there was too much focus on the MDS and that healing cluster and that shield gen. There was too much focus. And so Yanis came in the stream. Yanis came in Discord and said, we'll think about doing something about this. We think it's a bit overpowered. And I agree. For the record, I agree. He's right. It is. I did a few videos on it saying my Cronus is broken and saying that, you know, that healing cluster was broken. And it is. And I've talked about it in the past. And the reason it's broken is that it became like the sole focus in wars. And it just seems like there's some outpost bots that are like, have to have. And outside of that, everything else is rubbish. Pretty much. If I was to say to you guys, you know, put the top 6 outpost bots in the chat, try it now. I'll guarantee that most people will pretty much say the same thing. I'm guessing. Maybe not, but let's have a go. Put in the chat now what you think the top 5 or 6 outpost bots are. I know you can only choose 4, but let's say 5 or 6, because some do change, but not a lot. And it's just funneling people into a, you know, into a play style. And I get there's a meta, but it's just funneling everyone into, you have to have these outpost bots. You have to have this combiner. You have to have this cluster and these prime cores, because if you don't have these, then I was saying a while ago that there are bases with Computron on defense, that healing with Micronus and Liege, and then Twin Twist, or aka, you know, sorry, I've got to try to remember the code names now, aka Lyle Kaiser, and aka who's Twin Twist alternative? It's gone. Someone will say in the chat in a minute. I'm sure I'm looking now. Some cons. There's a book, but it's all bots. Quellagon. Yeah, Quellagon. Um, Thanks. Um, so there's bases with them and bases without them. Bases with them are generally top bases in the game. Bases without them are zone 16 bases that can be easily taken out by your B team. And that's the problem. That there's things you have to have. No matter what layout you choose, no matter what else you do, you have to have these. And it's very funneling people. And so they've created that. Let's be honest. Space have created that. And they've said, listen, you need some combo bots to deal with this. And everyone's investing in combo bots. And now they're going, you know what? That was too easy. We're going to try and make one shots a bit more relevant again by raising the cap to 70. And I just feel like I'm on the fence whether have they done this because the game is too hard and they want to help people out? Or is it a bit of bait and switch? Because they've said to people, you need to invest in these bots. And then going, well, you don't really need it anymore. Prowl said earlier, do you need acid anymore? I still think you do. I still think Micronus is relevant. I still think we'll still see that cluster, but not as much. And so, I'm kind of disappointed really that they said in the first place that they're trying to go to these combos. And I think if you had a max team of level 67 bots with maxed out combats, and if they would have done some adjustments to the healing and maybe buffed a few other bots to give more people more options against that cluster, I don't think we needed level 70. I don't think we needed it. So have they done this just to gain revenue? Is it a bit of bait and switch? Is it just a cash grab? Do we need level 70 bots? I don't think you do. I still think level 67 bots are relevant, if I'm honest with you. So don't be in any rush to level these bots from 67 to 70 yet, guys. It all depends on what comes in the next phases with the MDS and things like that. But after doing some testing, Jetfire still can't one-shot the MDS or Shield Gen. So what's the need for level 70? It's not that they need one-shots. I don't know. I'm in two minds. I like the idea of helping the community, making the game a bit easier, maybe lower levels. But for me, it seems like what they're doing is they're going back to the old ways of making Cybertron easier and making Prime League harder. But the problem with making Prime League harder the way it was before was that they just pumped a load of things in. They just pumped in 20% of this does extra damage, combiners more health, outpost more health, and it ended up the list was going like that because the game was far too easy. Right now, it's just 15% DPS and health and a bit of health to combine to think of outpost bots. Nothing major. That's the difference between Prime League and Cybertron. And I get they might need a bit of, disparity between the two because people go in easy mode and failing and things like that. And so I kind of understand it a bit. I do. But I just feel like they're just trying to claw some more money in by doing this level 70. I think there was other options they could have chose without that, but it is a business at the end of the day. So again, I'm a bit on the fence about this, whether it's a good move or not. It's good for those that had a lot of maxed out bots to get them to 70. But from what Yanis was saying, that will be it. 70 is the end. We won't see another increase after that. But it makes you think, why didn't they just do 70 in one go? Why do 67? Balance the game around that, which they have. No matter what anyone says, they have balanced the game as it is now around level 67 bots. Now, if they'd have said to me, we're going to bring 67 out, and then some point later, we're going to bring level 70 out, I won't be as annoyed because we know what we're investing in, we know what we're doing, and we can look forward and go, you know what? I'm still going to put XP into these bots, level 67. But I wasn't going to do that, not knowing that 70 was coming and could have come out. And again, it's not like they announced level 70 months ago and said, listen, we are going to be doing level 70, guys. They've literally gone, oh, by the way, level 70 is coming this week. Literally like days notice. So, again, bit on the fence about that. Let me know in the chat, what do you think? Good move? Are you happy about it? It does mean you can level some more bots. But, yeah, let me know in the chat. What do you think? It's a good move? Is it Space Ape just trying to create something for people to do? Is it a bit of bait and switch? Is it a cash grab? So yeah, let me know in the chat. And so what you guys think, and speaking about some of these outpost bots. So Twin Twist, Rhinox, Chromia. I think you find Chromia at lower levels, but not in the high wars. Charlie plays nose cone, obviously. That's a joke, by the way. If you're a low level player and you think nose cone is an outpost bot and you're gonna level him because I said so, don't. Blaster and No. Yeah, not as much, but I'd still say they are used. But yeah, Twin Twist, Laser Optimus, definitely. Rhinox, Smokescreen, definitely. Red Alert, Hot Rod, yes. Obviously, Qui-Gon, Twin Twist, Amida, Megs, Stroke, Laser Op, yeah. Yep. Agreed. Yep, you can see that everyone's putting Twin Twist, Laser Op, Rhinox mostly. Yep. In Cyber Inferno, I agree with them. Yep. Dinobot as well, Jason Rowley's put. Rook, not as much as Dinobot, but you do see them occasionally. Northern Blaze, you don't see Blaze at high levels much as well, really. Very hard for Blaze to catch some bots. But yeah. Yeah, Volcanic's number 1, Laser Optimus, Twin Twist, Rhinox, Blaster, Dinobot. Yeah, yep. Yep, Scourge as well. Yep, see a lot of Scourge and Swoop. Obviously, Loud Kaiser, Chris Hammond, yeah. Yep. Impactor, I don't see a lot of Impactors at all, or Sentius. Yeah, maybe it's the lower levels. You know, people don't have the top ones. Maybe. Christian Tom. What is John? My Game of Earth? Except I really want someone famous, and I really want someone actually active to help me out some days of my lines. Sadly, although I would love to come and help you with it, I'm in a top alliance. I live for wars. I live for war. That's what I live for. It would not bother me if they did 10k events every single week now, and it was just war. And they did different war buffs. That would make me purely happy, honestly. But I get events are for, you know, unnecessary evil for you know, to gain money for them and for us to level bots, whatever. But yeah, I live for war, and so I will open war in Prime League. And obviously, I've recently just made the switch from TF to Horde. Horde have treated me really good. Enjoying it in Horde. Some funny guys. They're my kind of people. You know, a bit zany. I like that. I like a bit of a laugh. And yeah, they made me really welcome. And yeah, no drama over there. And yeah, enjoying my time. You know, so yeah, I've always said that, you know, TF will kind of be my home. You know, I was there when we sort of made TF in the beginning back in 2013, I think, 15, whatever it was, years ago. One of the founding sort of members. So you know, sad to leave, but you know, things change, and you know, yeah, I'm enjoying it in Horde right now. We're doing some top level wars, and yeah, trying to push into the main alliance. I think I'm about 10th in my alliance right now, so pretty close. But yeah, a few more 300, and hopefully we'll get there. Hopefully. Yeah, Penny Lancaster reckons bait and switch. Chris Harmon bait and switch. Yeah, maybe. Again, if they would have said in the start, we are going to be doing 70 eventually, I would be more inclined to go, well, we knew it was coming. It's your own fault if you haven't done it. But yeah, Rubber C4, level 70 was planned day 1. Then why not do 70? Why not say that as well? You know. Cyber Inferno depends on what they release for Prime League hard modes. I know, I don't want it to get silly again. It got silly towards the end, let's be honest. It was just buff, and it got to the point where you're like, I don't know what is what, because you got so much HP. It was like 40% HP, 50% damage. And then you've got the Titan Tech Tree coming into that, and the Titan perks. And there was so much. It's so hard to test the game when there's so many things coming in. It almost got impossible to test, honestly. Penland Cast, listen to Wozza, you don't have to spend and rush to level your bots. And Chris Harmon's put, listen to Grind Time. Well, Grind Time might have a different point of view if you talk to him. Never know. One of my horns put the game is shutting down. I don't think we're at that point yet. I don't think it's shutting down. I think it's winding down is the difference. I don't think it's shutting down, but it's still, you got to think, like, so if most people buy the Battle Pass, I think most people do. Is there anyone in the chat that doesn't buy the Battle Pass? That's interesting. Let me know in the chat if you don't buy the battle pass. But if everyone in the game buys the battle pass, I reckon they've got what, 40,000 members, maybe 20, 30,000. Let's say this. Let's say there's definitely 20,000. Let's say it's 15,000 active players. Let's just say they're going to buy the Cyber Pass. That's 150,000 a saga every 4 weeks, just off that. That's 1.8 million a year, just off the Cyber Pass of 15,000 players. Never mind bundles, never mind cells. You could probably triple that, if I'm honest with you. Maybe more. So, you know, they make more than enough money off this game. But granted, they have a lot of outlays because it's a franchise with Transformers, and they've got to pay, obviously, Google and Apple and things like that. They do have quite bigger outgoings than other companies. But, you know, they do make a pretty penny off it still. So, yeah. Cool. What else? So I've tried to buy the pass. Yeah, well, Mitchell VF1J's put the battle pass is the only thing I buy. Obviously, if I don't buy anything at all. Yeah. Yeah, Cyber Inferno. Yep, I'm sure Hasbro take a nice chunk. I'm sure they do. Lancaster spot 1.8 million a year on Cyber Pass, another 20k they make just from Chris Harmon. Love it, love it. The next big news that I'm really, really pleased about, and I've been sort of campaigning a bit about this, and you know, I got my pitchfork out about this, was balancing the zones. And this is huge news for me. This is the best news that I've heard in a long, long time. So Yanis said it's impossible, and I was like, it's not impossible. It's been done before. It's definitely possible. Zone 15, there was too much imbalance in Zone 15. So I've battled Zone 15 sometimes, and there's a HQ 18 in there with MDS and Prime Cores, and it's just been ridiculous. Like, I can go and take a bot into Zone 15, and he can easily solo it in a minute, and then I could take a full team in and nothing and lose. And there was such a difference in each and every battle. When I was leveling in the last event that I think it was the Brawn event, I sort of give up, I'm honest with you, because I think I won about 60% of my battles. Now, granted, I'm getting tons of XP from that zone doing that, but I was losing a lot of points, and so that costs you more money because you're losing battles, and it's just not fair. And you still get XP from losing battles, and you get pretty much the same XP or thereabouts from losing a battle in Zone 15 for them top level bases as you do for winning in Zone 14. But it's the points that you're losing. That's the point. And I would rather lose a bit of XP. You still get good XP in Zone 15, even with these bases that have been removed. I'd rather lose a bit of XP than, you know, than have to go into Zone 14, because Zone 14 is just far too easy. And I've always said to people that if you want points, play in Zone 14, but it is brain numbing. It is just like, you know, rush, fast forward, or jump, fast forward, or whatever. Really brain numbing. And it's like, I can't do this. I can't do Zone 14. With Zone 15, at least you got to think a bit. And, you know, some challenges in there, and it is a bit slower. It's not as effective on points, but it's more fun in Zone 15. But it got to a point where there's some Zone 15 pages where I was just like, back out. I'm not going to beat this. It's impossible. And it's got a bit silly. And I'm so glad, honestly, that they've rebalanced the zones. And they said they had, and I'm not really tested it yet, but I'm putting my trust that they have. And I'm really, really pleased. It's a really, really good quality of life upgrade. I just wish they would have done it a lot sooner. And I get they've been short-handed, but, you know, they've got some help now. You know, Jess seems like a decent guy. He's probably the most revitalized playtest has been for a while. And you could probably tell by my demeanor in this stream when I'm talking about these things. I'm thinking that, you know, there's a lot of positives happening at the minute in the game. Jess is doing really well. You know, this Alpha Trial, whether you like the bot, whether you like Town or not, regardless of that, the process of it was brilliant. It can't be everyone's cup of tea, but the process, we can't deny, was a lot better. If you ask any playtester, I will guarantee, if you ask any playtester what they think about the process of developing this bot, and if there's any playtesters in the chat now, let me know. I will guarantee they will say that it was really good. And I wasn't even a part of most of it. I didn't get added till late. It was a bit of a problem with the permissions, which I was fine with. It happens, you know. I've never been mad at mistakes. You know, I'm like that in work. Mistakes happen, but you look ahead and go, right, how can we prevent this mistake? Mistakes happen, that's fine. But yeah, a very, very good process. Really, really good. Yeah, Wenger prize, but night and day. And that is honestly what I would say. You know, we went from not being heard, not being listened to, giving our feedback, none of it going to the bot, and the bot being absolutely awful and nothing like what we envisaged, to sort of like almost getting everything we wanted within a degree. Not everything, but I get that in PlayStation. You're not going to get everything you want. But most things. We said to Jesse, listen, we don't like that. He's like, right, okay, I can do that. And we're like, well, it needs a cost reduction. Okay, but I can reduce the cost, but maybe at this sort of thing like that. And it got very technical at some point. And even I was like, what the hell does that mean? But it was good that he knows what he's talking about. And having Jesse in there and having him being able to go in there and talk to us sort of daily means this bot was sort of made weeks ago, and we ironed all the bugs out and we got to test it properly and test things, and we found loads of things out that needed fixing, and it was really good. And that's why I'm pretty confident when this bot comes out, it'll come out pretty complete, unless there's a problem changing over to the server, which again I can forgive. But playtest has been absolutely brilliant right now, and a massive step forwards recently. But Zone 15, Zone 16 balance, best news we could have had. It's going to make leveling a lot easier, which means you can get more XP, which means you'll level your bots for cheaper and faster, and it's less frustrating as well. So, brilliant move, Space Ape. Super pleased. Could have come a bit sooner, in my view, but, you know, for me, it was, you know, 2 sagas ago, maybe 3 or 4 sagas ago, when I was getting frustrated, and the Brawn Saga sort of did it for me. And, you know, I started to think how many people have not done these events for that reason, how much XP people lost out on because of that. But, you know, Space Ape, to be fair to them, they normally do react to things. It's just very slow. And that's the problem as well. That's the keyword, react. They don't look at things and go, well, this is going to be a problem. They react to things and then go, all right, we need to solve that a couple months down the line. And by that point, then you've got hundreds and even thousands of players disappointed or annoyed or maybe leaving the game. Whatever. They just lack a bit of insight sometimes, which I would wish they would improve on. But very, very good move. Balancing the zones. Cool. And then the big one is the big nerf coming to HU18. And yes, we did talk about this in playtest. My view personally was I asked for, rather than reducing the effectiveness of the cluster, make more bots relevant to it. Make more bots be able to deal with that. Because there's not a lot of bots that can deal with it. You're talking a handful of 4, 5, 6 bots that can help with that cluster. After that, there's not much else. So I said, make more bots viable. You know, make people chase bots. You know, that makes more sense to me. You know, it makes more monetary sense. It makes more sense in giving people options and seeing people with different teams. You know, it's quite boring sometimes seeing pretty much the same team run on the base. Some variations, granted, but not a lot. I'd like to see more. And yeah, you know, I get it. I do. Again, I want to go back to my old comments of that I've said that there was too much focus on it, and that's fine. They want to go away from that, but they've kept Micronus still. But what they've done is they've stopped the stacking of Micronus and the healing build bots. So Micronus will always take effect over anything else. So I don't think it's killed the healing cluster because Micronus still works. I think it's just killed the build bots. I think it's killed healing build bots. I think we'll see a lot and a lot and a lot less of healing build bots on bases nowadays. And the current meta is healing build bots around the MDS. It's anti-healing cores on the build bots. and it's generally FFD. They're the main cores that everyone is using, with a lot of focus on anti-healing build bots. And just to give you an emphasis on my base, I've got one there, I've got one there, I've got one there, and I've got one there. So 4 healing build bots for me and 1 FFD. So, but now they've made some changes. So before this, all the cores, all the anti-healing build bots did anti-healing of 100%. Took away healing completely. And now they've reduced it to 80% for a G metal, 60% for a gold, 40% for a silver. Pretty sure that's what it is. So the area effect is determined by the level, which again, I get it. It's not a bad move on SpaceX's part. This has also made HQ 18 easier as well. So we've got the fact they've raised it to level 70 will make it easier. The fact that anti-healing build bots have been made only less effective, so it's going to make it easier as well. So they've done all these things to make it easier. So the only conclusion is that they're going to bring out Prime League effects over the next few months. That's the only conclusion. And possibly, if you don't level bots, then maybe you might get left behind, maybe. Who knows? But with all these things, HQ18's had a massive nerf as it is right now to make it incredibly easy. And for me, I don't think it's, other than, I mean, in terms of difficulty, I don't think the game has ever been so balanced in terms of difficulty. 300 are not guaranteed anymore. People are dropping points. Is it the way they've done it? Is that right? No, I think that, again, there's too much emphasis on certain things, like that healing cluster, like Lyle Kaiser and Computron, like Quellagon and a Twin Twist, like anti-healing build bots. That focus is still there, but it just made it a hell of a lot easier. And yeah, it's a good move. But what they do need to do is buff other defenses, and that's where Prime League is going to come in, I think. So I think if you're in Cybertron and below, it's a very good move to help lower players. But the question is, you know, is it a helping hand to help people? Or is it, again, just a bit of bait and switch? You know, positive change or not? Let me know in the chat. Is it a positive change, reducing the healing, and reducing the effects and effects of the anti-heal cores? You know, making them less effective, is that a good thing? Have they got the players' you know, needs, wants, whatever in mind with that? Maybe not. But yeah, it's disappointing though to level certain cores, and I get people that get annoyed by that. If you level certain cores and then SpaceX go, right, that is less effective right now, and you're like, well, you know, you just nerf something, whether it's defense, whether it's attack, whatever it is. I'm not a fan of nerfs. I'm a fan of counters, and for me, I would rather have had more bots counter anti-healing, more bots that can kill a build bot, than nerfing the current state. But kind of is what it is, sadly. You know, what can we do? But yeah, let's have a look in the chat, see what everyone's saying. So yeah, Lord Avix says, yeah, it's a nerf, he's not happy. Tony B, changing raid blocks don't really matter because they get torched first thing anyway. Yeah, when you've got 4 of them, it gets expensive. So, also what Phil, this game is bait and switch by design. It is in some respects. I'm fine with bait and switch with saying that new content will always be better than old content. I'm fine with that. I get that. What I don't get is saying you need to level this, and then soon afterwards saying, right, well, now you don't need that anymore. You know, there's a bit of a difference. I know people might say, well, that's the same thing, Wozza. It's not, because new content should always be relevant because it's new content. But when you've leveled new content and that new content becomes less relevant in the space of 2 months, then yeah, that's not really fair, really. You know. Volcanicus #1, they should have left G metal at 100% and dropped gold to 80%. That's probably a good point, actually. That's probably why I've done it. Is to create a a disparity between the gold and G metal, which is fair enough. But I agree with that. I should have left G metal 100%. I think. Yeah. Serial Chiller. It's put. Hey guys, please let Space 8 know that Hoist is broken. His ability restores less health than the description says. In testing, the test server, it did what it's supposed to do, so I'm not too sure. But send a ticket to Space 8, and I'm sure look out for it when you send a ticket in. So yeah. Venga Bright, I feel like some of the changes were a knee-jerk reaction. Yeah, I do. With the drop in war participation. I think so too. But I don't think it's just that. War participation needs to increase by making wars more accessible. Not easier, more accessible. Yeah, Ricky Lau put that update, was surprised. Yeah, same, yeah. Ronald Van Colt, Van Holland, yeah, 12k wars. Yeah, we don't want to see 12k wars again. We don't. Yeah, Prowls put it's too easy. Difficulty was in a great spot, and teams are already hitting 11k now. Yeah, agreed. Robert C4's put Slipstream's ability doesn't work. Is that just in Wars though? That was a bug a while back, just in Wars though. I don't know. Yeah, Child Players has put Prime League was already doable with 65 bots. Now they nerfed defense and added 3 levels. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. Once content is set over time, should be set, like Top Shot and other things they did. Yeah, let's not talk about Top Shot though, eh? The run was on defense when Slipstream hits it there, but no explosion or damage. Autobot Phil, all content should be relevant. It should. All content should be relevant in some way. Not just wars, but maybe Zen farming or something. And all bots should be useful. Some are going to be more useful than others. Some are going to be more powerful. That is always the case and always will be. But you should never get a bot and go, oh, no. You should get a bot and go, well, it's not what I wanted. I can use it for this. That's fair enough. But, you should never be disappointed by a pull. Stay Puff, we'll see how many come out of retirement now. I don't think level 67 will bring him out of retirement. I don't. Maybe thinking will. Maybe Alliance HQ will. But we'll have a look at that in a minute as well. What else? So they did announce as well some new weapons coming out. I was a bit baffled by this, by weapons. Because they said that it's not a combat. But I don't know, where's it going to go? Is it going to replace combats as such? I think so. So they said they're running out of combat ideas, want to release weapons instead. So I think it's just a way of releasing combats as such without giving them names. So they can call it a ion blaster, or they can call it wheeljack gun. They can call it whatever they want, but I think that's the reason that they're running out of name for combats. And that's the reason. But they have said that further down the line, you'll be able to use your 5-star combat shards for this probably. Because they don't want to just invent a new currency for this. So it might be worth saving your combat shards right now. Because when this comes out, it's going to be a few months down the line probably. So they'll probably do an event for it. Then they'll probably release it as a crystal. Then they'll release it in the general crystals after that. So, yeah. Couple months. I'd wait. And it'd be... it's interesting. I'm not too sure. I think it should be in combat. Maybe it's more powerful than combat. Because again, new combat should always be more relevant. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with it. But, yeah, a bit of a weird one. What do you guys think? Is it the same as combats? Is it just a case of that they've run out of names? Could be but this is going to be a specific gun. And I've always said, though, if you're going to create a gun, or create anything, a G1 core, or whatever it is, specific for that bot, where it will only go on that bot, it needs to be OP. It needs to be. It needs to be a point where you are like, this is the only core I want for this bot. Now, a prime core can go on anyone, pretty much. yes, some suit some better, but a prime core can go on any one. A G1 core can only go on that bot. Very specific. And so because it's very specific, it needs to be so relevant to that bot and so good. And that's what these guns need to be, if that's the case. You know, they need to be the content you want. So yeah. Pin Lancaster's put great, more specific weapons because Star Tables was so great. Good point. Autobot Phil, it's definitely the right combat ideas. Smoke Cheese put sound like next saga will be next. Yeah, I think it will be next saga. Yeah. Cyber Inferno, any mention of combat character levels? No, but I'm still saving mine. Again, I have said this, guys. I will say it again. If you don't need it, save it. I have lived by that for probably the last 3 or 4 years in this game. And it's got me to my level without spending as much as maybe some players would. Because I save resources when I don't need them. They're not essential. If you're doing well in wars, if you're scoring 300, then save all your resources, guys. Save all your shards, save everything else. You can see that I've got a lot saved up because I don't need them. So plain and simple, the rule of the game is if you don't need it, save it. And I think I will have a combat pull maybe by that point. Have a look. Will I have a combat pull? Oh no, I'm way off. 1,230, so I'm way off. But yeah, what was I trying to go for now? Oh, SG Steeljaw I was trying to get, yeah. Trying to get SG Steeljaw. So yeah, plenty of 5-star shards. And talking of 5-star shards, Space Ape have said that they're going to do the community vote for the next 5-star bot. So put in the chat, put in the comments, who would be your next community vote for the next 5-star? So obviously there's going to be a lot of propaganda around this. There was myself, there's Tex, there's other people that don't like me or Tex. They're saying like, don't listen to them, don't, you know, vote for these bots. And I think the big Blur Hound thing was a big saga between people that wanted Blur and people that didn't want Blur. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to do a bit of a prediction video, not during this stream, but I'm just going to talk about a few bots that I think I'd like to see that I think will do well as 5-stars. Not a prediction, because there's a big difference between bots that I would like to see and bots I think Space Ape will do. A big difference. And you've got to think a bit about combiners as well. So, will they do 5-star combiners? Will we see the likes of 5-star Mirage? Things like that. Will you need all the bots for 5-star combiners? These are a lot of questions that no one's got the answer for. A lot of people can speculate, but there'll be no given answer. But bots I would like to see as 5-stars. And already looking through, there's not a lot of options. A lot of the best bots are already as 5-stars. I think Cup would be a great choice. I really do. I'm not too sure. Oh, almost 68, brilliant. I'm not too sure why they would not release a level, a 5-star Cup. I just don't know. And I think with the balance in the zone as well for, you know, 15 and 16, I think it'd be a great time to add a 5-star Cup. I don't think it'd be OP. And the only reason they won't release a 5-star Cup is nothing to do with leveling. It's to do with backdoor attacks. I just don't like them. But you can find a solution for that. There's always going to be a counter. You can find a counter for that. You just got to bring a defense out that can, you know, that could do something against that. Again, I'm not going to spur any ideas right now, but there are, you know, there are options to do that or to, you know, to combat with it. But I think Cup would be a good one. I think Cup would be good. Who else? 5-star Chrome would be pretty cool. She'd be pretty crazy, wouldn't she? I don't mind that. 5-star Double Deal. I want all the triple changes as 5-stars. Double Deal is pretty good, you know. I would love a 5-star Double Deal. Just for, like, you know, just for lore-wise. I love the guy. I think he's brilliant. So, yeah. I would like a 5-star Double Dealer. Definitely. Very cool. Don't like the War of Cybertron skin, though. I might take it off him, actually. Very cool. Decepticon version. I just kept Decepticon. Maybe what kind of card, but yeah, very, very cool. Snapdragon, be interesting. I'd like to balance him. Needs a bit of balancing. Rotorstorm as well. Really, really cool bot. Well, Skydive. See, I did want a 5-star Skydive with the producing healing. Maybe not as much. Oh, 5-star Afterbreaker. Oh, imagine. Ugh. Oh, God, no. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? 5-star Inferno? I think we've got enough bots that can, you know, enough control bots. 5-star Nose Cone, they might balance him. You never know. 5-star Broadside. Yeah, interesting. 5-star Stormclash. You know, would it be one shot? Would a 5-star Stormclash actually one shot an MDS? Oh, it was shielded. Interesting. Jump Stream. I think a warrior's warranted, isn't it? I think we need a warrior the way that the meta is. So I think like, he will get something like Jump Stream. Even Cliff Jumper or Punch. See a lot of these lower bots now. These need a rework though. I think most of these. 5-star Grapple. 5-star Sideswipe. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Oh, 5-star Scattershot. Yeah, definitely. Scattershot is in desperate need of a rework, and because it's acid, it could work really well. I think it could be really cool. I'd like a 5-star Scattershot, and it's a combiner bot eventually. So yeah, I would like a 5-star Scattershot. Oh, and then Kid, thank you for donation. So he's put Sunstreaker Wozza, did you buy Omega Supreme's rocket ship? No, I didn't actually buy the rocket ship. I actually completed the event, which was it 80k, something stupid. But I had some bots level, so yeah, I always prefer to get it there and then rather than wait. Being a top level player, sadly you do need his content straight away. So yeah. Also, when are the 5-star Titans going to be available for purchase, and how much will they be? Oh God, how much will they be? Who knows? Something ridiculous. But they said they've got no plans for 5-star Titans yet. Because Titans are so unbalanced right now. They're sort of depicting the battle too much. So I don't think we'll see 5-star Titans anytime soon. I think we'll see 5-star combiners before we see 5-star Titans, if I'm honest. But we will see another Titan in the game, I think, soon. So I do think we'll see the new Titans towards Christmas time. We tend to always find new combiners around the middle of the year, and some other content, some bigger content towards the end of the year. So I think the next project is Combiners, and I think the one after that then will be the new Titans. So new Titans, yes. 5-star Titans, probably not. Paramagna or Slug rework, maybe. Lightspeed needs a rework as well. See, I would like a 5-star Bulkhead. I think I'm pretty good, but it's slow. And I would increase this slow as for the 5-star. Not anything else really. Increase this slow to like 8%. Because as you upgrade it, it's the damage and duration that increases, not the slow. So, yeah. I think the 5-star version needs like an 85% slow or something stupid like that. Something cool with a G1 corner. Cool, yeah. Hound Vamp, no, not really. Not so much. But, yeah. So, who would be your vote? Who would be your vote? Let's have a look what everyone else is putting for their vote. So, Jason Rowley. Oh, I'm going to somewhere up here. Let's have a look. His origins put nose cone. Broadside. Hound Vamp. Serial Chiller. I don't think they'd do Hound Vamp, though. I don't think they would because of the new content. The new content's very similar to the likes of Hound Vamp and Inferno. So I don't think we'll see them, personally. Sea Phantom's rocket ability does so much damage. It does, but then the flame does nothing. There's no in between. Tony B, Cup Tracks for the win. Rotorstorm, honorable mention. Red Alert, it's going good, buddy. It's going good. Run Van Holland, Dead End. Yeah, I think a lot of people vote for that. Cup and Dead End. Back when Cup was more relevant back door, we didn't see so many front loaded bases. True. Jump Stream, yep. Yeah. Tiger Hawk, interesting. Yeah, no, I thought of that sort of aspect of maybe Beast Wars, you know, because they're celebrating Beast Wars and stuff. But I get they get to pick their own, but don't forget we will pick the we will pick the community vote. So Cup and Dead End, I think, is the winner at the minute. Yeah, but will he be in there? Will Cup and Dead End even be in there? Because there's some bots last time I'm going to vote for this, and then it wasn't even in there. I was like, well, that's not happening. Obviously, I see Double Dealer and as Double Clouder. No, it's definitely Double Dealer. Cliff Jumper with a 4+ no. I'd even go cheaper than that. I'd go 3+ no personally. Yeah. If you want a 5-star tank, do 5-star Beast Wars Ironhide. Yeah, I suppose it's a lot of damage. So yeah, it would be a bad choice. Yeah. Be interesting for sure. Grapple, yeah. Sea Clam. Punch, yeah. Beast Wars Ironhide is a 5-star, imagine. Skywalk would be awesome, because Harmon's put. People need to start talking about Cobra Skywarp. Cobra Skywarp is SG Jetfire. Not SG Jetfire. Jetfire Sky Striker. Not so much really. Not impressed myself at the later levels. Not too good. Venga Prime. I'd be happy seeing any of these guys. Trax, Inferno, Cup, Rotorstorm, Broadside, Bulkhead, Sentinel Magnus. Oh yeah, Sentinel Magnus as well. Yeah, Side Swap. Yeah. Another warrior would be nice. Another Russian warrior would be nice. Again, not my predictions as such. Just some bots that I think would be good to add to the game. So yeah, let's wait and see. Coming soon though. But again, the best way, guys, get subscribed to the channel. Never miss another stream. Never miss another video. Get all the up-to-date news on Transformers Earth Wars. Live and direct. But yeah, best way, guys, joking aside, is just to subscribe to the channel, guys. Honestly. Red Alert, 5-star Optimus Prime. There's already Optimus Prime. It's already in the game. You know about? We've already got one. He's there. There we go. Oh, excuse me. I was working this morning, so I've been up since 5 AM and it's now 10 PM. So I've been up all day. Do I think Half Shell will be in the new batch? I don't think so. No. Is it Half Shell or is it Brawn? Oh, please tell me it's Brawn, not Half Shell, because I've got. Oh, please. We must be getting Whirl and 5-star combined up. Was it is dancing around the comment? What comment? Whirl would complete the first 5-star combiner along with his Sea Phantom. There's lots of combiners though that are big complete. I mean, there's loads. There's not just one. No, listen, guys. I'm always honest. If I knew how 5-star combiners were coming, I would say I know, but I can't tell you. And honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But Combaticon, I think we're one missing, I think. One missing? Yeah, Vortex. So Vortex missing from that. Few missing from aerial bots. Protector bots, we've got Streetwise, aka Cinetwin, missing. Dinobots, we've got Slug, and I think is it Rampage missing from the Predacons, I think it is. Just Rampage. Yeah. So there's a lot of combiners that's missing one. You know, like Cinetwin there. Oh no, it's two. Oh, Cinetwin and Cutthroat. So maybe actually Cutthroat or Trax as a 5-star. Dun dun dun. You never know. I think the next batch will have Robuster and Brawl along with 3 new ones. Maybe. The Apes also announced that there'll be some Ability 11s coming soon. Super pleased about this. Been waiting for these Ability 11s for a long time. Got lots of bots maxed out, waiting for Ability 11. Maxed out Spark-wise. And Yanis said something interesting in the stream. He said, we want to finish off the 5-stars having Ability 11. So, this, I thought, oh, right, okay, no problem. Yeah, I get it. And when I went through how many 5-stars haven't got ability 11, there's actually not that many. There's not that many left over. And I thought I'd just go through some of the bots that don't have ability 11 yet. And it's quite impressive. And if I missed any of them, put it in the chat. But we're just talking 5-stars for now. 5-stars without ability 11. So the chat, the list is Star Saber, which I think we'll see. Because the 8s keep saying there's something good coming. Yeah, but is it this gun? Is it ability 11? Who knows? But Star Saber, Smokescreen, doesn't have ability 11 yet. That could be interesting. Slingshot, that could be very interesting. Sandstorm, I'm excited for that. That could make him a bit relevant depending on what he's got. SG Jetfire, interesting. Silver Ball, that could be interesting as well. Minerva, I will see Minerva. She's already really powerful. But ability 11 could be really interesting. But what else could I give her? I mean, like, she heals in an area. She does self-healing. Crazy. Drift's an interesting one. I always thought Drift had ability 11. But it's actually his G1 core, I think. And then the reworks that is like 2 reworks, I think. So interesting one for Drift. That could be interesting. And then, of course, Hoist. But out of those, a lot of them are in a lot of recent batches, Saber, Slingshot, SG Jetfire, Minerva, Hoist. All in really recent batches. So it's going to be interesting to what they choose for ability 11. But who are you most excited for ability 11 to come for? Is it Star Saber? Is it someone else? Let me know in the comments or in the chat. Is Star Saber the one you're most excited for? Me personally, I'm probably most excited right now for Sandstorm because he's never quite been relevant for me. It's always been on the cusp, and I really hope there's something around him surviving better, because that could make him a crazy good bot, and it might even make me go down to 1 healer if he can survive better, but they need to do that first. And if that's the case, then I'm super excited for that. If not, then Smokescreen. But again, we've got no idea even what bot's going to choose. We've got no idea what they're going to do with them. It could be absolutely awful. No point in saying, oh, Smokescreen, if his ability 11 is absolutely awful, because then no one's really going to give it to him. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen with the new ability 11. But yeah, wait and see. And then, as always, we'll find out when it comes along. And yes, as we sort of mentioned earlier, God, Neptune, and Ruination confirmed 100%. I mean, come on, we knew they were coming. We knew. We're not stupid. We know the law. We know what's happening. So we always knew they were coming. But they've been confirmed coming in a few weeks and going in testing. And literally today, just before the stream, I forgot the stream was even on, I've literally just put a combiner in for the lab. But make sure, guys, in a couple of weeks, your lab is free for the new combiner if you've got all the bots. Again, nothing confirmed onto what bots will be in there. Let's have a look. No, is there no sneak peeks? No cheats? No. No cheats. Be cool if there was. But yeah, gonna be interesting. But yeah, save your combiner spark, guys, for when this guy comes out. Just remember that at the start you don't need a lot of combiner spark, because you put him in, you wait a day, you put him in, wait 2 days, put him in, wait 3 days. So by the time you've done that, you probably earn it back. But I would start saving for the later levels now if you want to level him up. Especially if you're going to coin him, you're going to need some serious combiner spark. Maybe like 2 or 3 mil, something stupid like that probably, just to get like level 20-ish. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens to the bots. A couple of people have said that Sandstorm is with 3+2, and I probably agree. He needs a cost reduction. That might be part of his well, it's 3+2. What? Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what about 3+2 for. Oh right, no, not Sunstorm, Sandstorm. But yeah, guessing more people be doing 35k to get for Spark. Nope, not me. I can cope without it. I've got a bit of spark, so. Stay Puft sitting on 9 mil combiner spark. Jeez. Jeez. Wow. That's a lot. Chris Hammond put Flatline, Half Shell, Breakneck, and Acid Star built elements. Yeah, cool, yeah. Cool. Is the Alliance bases delayed? Or is it going to be a midnight release? Well, it depends on where you are in the world, obviously. But I think it's gone into testing. We're just sort of testing it, but there's not much to say really. It's all been done really. It's all right. Just checking for bugs and stuff. But that should be out in a couple of weeks as well. So Alliance HQ. So if you've not seen it already, we'll have a quick look at it on the test server. Oh man, I'm tired, man. It's been a long day. And literally, I didn't go to bed till late last night as well. So literally got to bed about, I think I sleep about 12:30 at night. I don't sleep at night that well. Hence why I do streams late at night like this for me. Yeah, I got to sleep about 12:30 and then up at 4, 4:45 for work. So I had 4 hours sleep last night. I don't believe it is out this week, Robert C4. The update's on a Thursday, and I don't think it is. I could be wrong on that. I've not seen anything in the news saying this Thursday. If they release something saying this Thursday, then yes, it'll be this Thursday. But I've not seen anything personally. But then I've not been proper scouring the chats this week. I've had quite a bit on this week, so I've not been scouring the chats like sometimes I do. So yeah. But the Alliance HQ. So Alliance HQ, good or bad thing? I mean, I've done some videos on it. I don't want to get too much in detail over it again. It's good for lower players. Very good for lower players. Will help them a lot. Very awkward. That's the word I'm going to use for higher alliances. And the big one for me is... Where is it? The big one for me is Defensive Operator. It makes no sense that you can set your base 4 to be harder than 5. That makes no sense to me at all. You know, you should be able to pick one of them 4 as your base 5. So you get, like, it's a random one. Or maybe everyone gets something different. So I might get base 5 as this, and you might get base 5 as different base 5. And they all get a buff. But your defenders, you get picked from base 5. So the commander doesn't get automatically base 5. You get to pick from a 4 or 5 maybe, or whatever. But it just makes no sense. And then the other one is the Striker's Outpost. So who do you give the Striker's Outpost to? We were talking about this in our chat, and people said, oh, well, you get it to your lowest player to improve his scores. Okay, so most top alliances do send ups, send downs. And if I'm in, say, 28th place in my alliance, 27th place, we send the bottom 4 down, say, and I go down, and 26th place has a Striker's Outpost, so they get a buff to their HP and DPS with attacking. I'm arguing the case, saying, but why am I going down? He should go down, because he's got similar scores to me, and he's got a 3 or 5 or whatever percent buff. You know, I don't think that's fair. So, do you give it someone that's just short of 300? To give them the 300 buff? But again, if they get promoted and I just miss out, I'm arguing the case that I should get promoted, not him. Do you say that, you know, I don't know, like, you know, can you not be promoted if you're in the Striker's Outpost? Do you say that? Do you give it to the 300 guys that are, you know, that they are Pathfinders? You know, give it to them to make sure they can get through the base of the Pathfinders. But then again, most Pathfinders can 300 anyway. So what's the point of giving them wasting points? They're not going to get better points than 300. That's all they can get. So it's a bit of a dilemma, really. But let me know in the chat, especially with a War Alliance. Who would you give the Striker's Outpost to? Because it seems to me that no matter who you give it to, it's a bit of a problem. You know, a bit of a conundrum. And I just don't think it's been thought out very well. I don't think the Striker's Outpost has been thought out very well. I don't think defensive operations have been thought out very well. And they're the two things that are aimed at high level players. Now, the mining station to improve ally and energon needs improving, I think. The ally and energon taken is improving. The rookie academy is okay. The training center, brilliant. That is the one thing that I think everyone will take from this is brilliant. The training center getting more XP. Absolutely brilliant idea. Love that. And then the research center, which decreases research time by 3%. It should be a bit more than that. I would like that to see right through the roof to increase that. And maybe they will with time. Maybe it is because it's a bit new. But yeah, some debatable things coming. But it's a new feature in the game, something to play with, and a new shiny toy. So it's not all bad in the world. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. They should let commanders pick players to be the bases in war. Yeah, but then you've just got 5 players that are going to be the bases, and then everyone else just doesn't care about defense. So there's no point in doing that, really. They put defenders, so these low-level commander HQs are protected. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean. Yeah. Tony B, they said no 5-star buyers this year. Interesting. But yeah. Interesting. Okay, I did want to look at the new bots briefly and their G1 core. So Space Ape have done a massive turnaround, and we don't see this often in playtest. If I'm honest with you, most times they'll set the G1 core, they'll set the bot, and we go, yeah, this is not working completely. We need to totally change this. And Space Ape turn around and basically say, we haven't got time for this. Like, they don't say that, but that's what they mean. They say we're happy with it, and they're not happy with it. They just don't have time to change it, and it comes out pretty trash. And we've seen that many times with the G1. So the last G1 that came out that I showed in my stream didn't really make sense. So I said, like, you know, the grenade, the passive grenade that he throws gives more area or something. And we're like, what? It don't even describe his passive grenade anywhere. And then I said that, this might have spurred it on as well. It wasn't my idea what to change it to, but I sort of said, it makes no sense to not have his passive included in his description, but have his G1 emphasize that passive. And then Jess said, oh, we'll try and fit his passive in somewhere. And then someone said, well, the passives are not listed anywhere, which they're not. And passives are like nice little Easter eggs that bots have got. But you should have a G1 that really emphasizes a passive. It doesn't make sense to me. And that would have been me sitting here saying, you know, this G1 core doesn't really make sense, like I've been saying for the last few months. But I'm actually sat here saying his G1 core maybe even completes the bot and makes the bot what it should be. It's very well thought out, and it was actually came from the playtester, to be fair. So kudos to Jesse. You know, Jesse at the minute is becoming one of my favourite apes right now, if I'm honest with you. I like the guy. He's coming with some... I don't like the bots they've come out with. I don't like the last 2 bots, but I like he's trying something a bit new, and I like the fact he's listening. The process of Ariel and Skiller, yeah. The process of that didn't work. The process was awful, and the bot was okay, but I didn't like the process. But like I said previously, Alpha Trion and Tarn, the process has been honestly night and day. Finger Prime said that perfectly. It's been night and day, and I love what we've sort of done with the bot and that they have listened. And so with Alpha Trion, his ability is still the same and still the area damage ability 11. The ability 11 is not really worth it, if I'm honest with you. They have reduced the cost to 4+4, so that's a bit better than what the cost was. But the G1 core now gives 14.5% increased damage, so that's alright. That's not too bad. That's decent. That's what we'll see with most G1 cores. But it gives the bot a healing pulse that restores 2% of their allies their own health every 5 seconds. So that's basically like a Micronus core. So the Micronus core, the big appeal of it as well for me was the fact that the anti-healing core stopped all healing other than power cores and combats. So it's important to have Micronus on your team if you run healers. But Having a second Micronus core in your team. I think Micronus does 2.4%, if I'm not wrong, at max. This is 2% at max, so it's still a good core. And yeah, and it also increases in rarity. I like I like cores where there's a reason to go and get the G metal. Don't just get the gold. And damage is not all the answer. You know, for me, the appeal of this is the healing. Now, if the gold did 2% at max, then I would be sat here saying, don't bother chasing the G metal, guys. Go for the gold. But there's a reason for the G metal because the size of the core, the how much the pulse touches the Micronus is affected by the rarity. So, if I would say if you're going for Alpha Trion, don't bother with ability 11 too much. No, don't waste your spark. But I would go and chase G1 core. Very, very good core for him. And I did a video a while back. G1 core's trash. And we were kind of on the fence about it and we discussed it. But I can't honestly sit here and say this is trash. And I feel like today's stream has been very positive about some things. There's been some negatives, and there's going to be some negatives about the game. But there's been a lot of positives as well. And that has come from playtest, because the playtest is really being listened to. And it creates good bots. And whether I like this bot or not, do I like this bot? It's not my cup of tea. I'm not a big fan of control bots. I know a lot of people aren't. Some people are. But I like bots to do X. I like a support bot to do one job very well. And I've always said that for me, I don't like a jack of all trades. I don't like a bot that does a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of this, a bit of that. I like my bots to do, this bot is designed for this and he is doing that. I like my tanks to be tanks. I like my gunners to do damage. I like my support bots to support. I like my healers to heal. That is their specific jobs. And I set my team out for that reason. My war team and everything. Very specific jobs. My outpost poppers, I like to be outpost poppers, and that's pretty much their job. And obviously do a bit of a frontline tank as well. But that is the job. That is what they're designed for. And so I just feel like Alphatron's a bit of a support bot. But I don't know. It gets quite expensive when he's used. When I don't like a support bot that requires you to use another bot's ability in a time frame. That's why I didn't really like Inferno. So it's like, I'm going to use this, and I've got 10 seconds to use all the abilities. It's just raising the cost, basically, of what you've already got, increasing the effectiveness. Whereas likes of Trax, you lay the cloud down, it's done its job. You don't have to do anything else in that time frame. It's already done its job. And I like support bots to do that. I like support bots to be able to use their ability, and it doesn't affect the cost of other abilities, that makes sense. So Trax is a perfect example of that. That's why that support bot works so well. It does its job irrelevant of what other bots you've got, and you don't have a time frame of having to use their abilities. That's perfect for me. And that's why I'm not too keen on Ariel and Skylar, and I'm not too keen on Alpha Trion and Tarn. So, Jesse, if you are listening, if you want to create the next bot and it's aimed at players like me, let's not have any more control bots. Let's have something, does one job really good, but let's have it something a bit refreshing. Let's not have another Trax, another Six Gun, or another Pipes. Let's have something a bit different. Think outside the box a bit. That's my challenge that I put to Space Ape, to think outside the box a bit, give us something refreshing, but does one job very good. I will be super pleased with that. I will be like, sign me up, but not too specific, because we did have half shell that just killed a shield generator. That's a bit too specific. Not just one job, as in like, yeah, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying, guys. But yeah, gonna be interesting. And let's see, have I got Tarns? I don't like doing this. I don't like just showing the bot one. So we've got Tarn G1. No, we haven't. I've got a lot of cores, but no Tarn G1. Sadly, sorry guys. I will try to do better. Being a half-con or a shattered glass con, someone said earlier. Yeah. I'm gonna give a few codes out to people that I can see have been chatting a lot in the chat. So I'm gonna give one to Robert C4. He's been very active in the chat. So yeah, Penny Lancaster as well. Chris Harmon has been very active in the chat as well. Who else has been very active in the chat? Who else? Who else has been very active? Let's have a look. And we'll give one to who said that like, hang on, who said that like my favourite film? I can't remember. Who was it? Someone said that it was a very good film. Usual Suspects. Can't remember who it was. That's I've probably been the least active. But we don't get codes out for least active, so yeah. Berserk wants the ability to change position and movement. I don't think you you can. I don't think we would do that. It's not very good. Panel Lancaster, what I can do is I won't give it to someone else. What I'll do is I will send you the code, and you are more than willing to give it whoever you want. Listen, this is for anyone, guys. If I give you the code, you can give it to someone else. But do me a favour, guys. Don't do competitions for my codes. It's not really fair. If I'm giving it to you and you give it to someone else, I'm not bothered. That's fine. But, you know, a content, well, someone once, I won't name names, but someone once won one of my codes and then did a giveaway to give it away. I was like, that's a bit naughty. You know, let's not do that. Yeah. Lord Avix, was it? I think it was you, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Lord Avix, you can have a code. It was you, actually. Yeah. You can have a code, yeah. Cool. And then the next big news they released was 5-star batch. A new 5-star batch. Oh, I've already talked about that, haven't I? Yeah, talk about community vote. I just put up my notes there and I've gone down and gone, oh, that's the last thing to talk about. But no, we've already talked about that. So yeah. But the 5-star batch is coming in about 4 weeks, guys. So save your shards. I did talk about it, and obviously bots I'd like to see, but I didn't mention it's going to be like 4 weeks away. So yeah, 4 weeks. So save your shards. Again, I've been saving mine. This is the test server, so no, I haven't. But I've been saving mine, and I've got 4 pulls ready for it. So again, when that comes around, we'll be getting my daughter all to pull. Maybe Mirage Jake if he fancies it. I don't know. He's getting a bit over that yet. But we'll wait and see. Yeah. But anyone got any questions in the chat, then let me know. But what I will do is we'll have a go at a war attack against Scorched Earth. So a very, very good alliance. We might actually even lose this war because they are that good. But we're going for the 300. That is the aim. So I'm trying to do a bit of a series. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and record more war attacks and talk about why I've attacked a certain way. And I've worked a way I can do that. I can just record my attacks and go through it. I did a sort of series a while back of how to beat this base. And I just thought that I could start it up again. People are struggling in wars, maybe not so much now with all these changes, but I thought people are struggling in wars, I can maybe show a thing of how to beat this a bit easier. So we're going to do a bit of that. Now, again, I've said this before, guys, so back in the day when I did these war videos, I got a bit of a backlash from some people saying like, oh, you show my base in war and it's not really fair now, people know how to beat it. Well, sadly, that's kind of my job, is to help people in the game and show them how to get better and how to do things better. So I apologise if your base is in my stream. It's no detriment to your base. And if anything, you know, if you don't want to be in my stream, then don't copy someone else's base. That's all I'm saying, guys. But, you know, it's not a dig at your base. It's just, listen, people are struggling on this base. If anything, it's a bit of a compliment, because whoever designed that base has done a good job, because people are struggling. So, you know, but we do need to keep you know, the meta fresh, you know, and as soon as people work out a way to beat that base. But listen, guys, let's be honest, like, by the time that I've worked out how to beat it, most players know. And then when I do these videos, it's not for them. It's not for the top players. It's generally down for the lower down players that are struggling against that base and can't beat it. And I can work out a clever way to beat it. That's who it's for. It's not for top players. But, you know, don't be hung up, guys, because your base has been shown on my stream. This goes for everyone taking it now. I don't even know what it is. I'm sure it's a good base. And we'll talk about why it's good We'll talk about why it works, and we'll talk about, you know, the pitfalls and why I'm doing the things I'm doing. So yeah, so let's have a look. So we've got Air Striker from Scorched Earth. Let's have a look at Air Striker's base. Robert C4, you either need line or Discord. It's the only way I can give it. Line or Discord. That is it. Grind time. Any questions? I'm sure there's one. So this base. So yeah, decent design, nice and spaced out. We've got the cluster at the top. So when you've got the cluster at the top like that, it's designed to try and make you drop your combiner early, which we might need to do. I might need to watch a replay and see what's what. I will pretty much guarantee that that is Lyle Kaiser. I will pretty much guarantee that one of these is Twin Twist. I will guarantee that one of these at front is probably Laser Optimus and Armada Megs. Just by guessing. We've got Liège there, so we do need to get rid of this shield gen, and we do need to get rid of Liège. The rest is important, but Liège is the big one. It does have 2 miniguns, so miniguns are not as bad for me. I find that the lasers are the worst ones because they pierce through one and go to the next and next. But I can deal with these quite easily. When you look at a base, so they've got anti-healing cores. So the anti-healing cores are quite difficult. We've got one there, and we've got one at the top just up there. But there's no FFD. So the likes of tracks will be very good on this base. The likes of pipes will be very good because there's no FFD. So when you are attacking a base, guys, try and look at its downfalls and make that an advantage. So no FFD is definitely an advantage. But I do need to take out these buildbots, anti-healing buildbots. So there's 2 buildbots I need to take out. The anti-healing buildbots are not a concern. The main concern for me is Liège. So always look to see where Megatronus is. It's on a shock tower, so which can't be hacked. That's the thing there. Always check that it is there. Someone might be sneaky. You never know. So yeah, decent base design. It's going to be difficult, if I'm honest. But the big question is, do I use SG Jetfire, and do I use Brainstorm, aka Skyhawk, for that area there? Take that out and then just leave the Megatronus core and try and take it out. But I'd need SG Jetfire, and I'll need Brainstorm. Do I need skids as well? It's got my Cronus, so maybe, but a skid, by the time skids in range, it's a bit too late. So I'm not sure if I need skids here, but skids is good for walls. But skids is good to take buildbots out as well. So I'm thinking, pop these 2 outposts, these 3 hopefully. Pop these 3. Do I go up the middle? If I go up the side, and some bots are going to walk that way, some going to walk that way. Maybe a bit easier to take out. I see. I could do with Sitz Gun. I could do with SG Jetfire. I could do with Brainstorm. And I could do with Skids. But I can't take them all. So I've got to sort of pick and choose and work out a way to get through the base with just 3 of them maybe. There's also no electric core, so I could take Bumblebee. So I could take this out with Skids. I can take that out with Skids. That's not a problem. Skids is the man for that. SG Jetfire I need, or Combiner. I even need to ride the Combiner for that. But I can't with all his defenses around. So it's going to be interesting how to get around that. So hopefully what I can do is I can start walking down here. It's getting a lot of damage fighting the Combiner here and getting hit by all these. So I might start on this side here. Take all this on this side out. Drop Rook in the middle there. Try and get rid of some of these defenses here. Get rid of these. Maybe that. I don't know. It's a bit of a push maybe with the knockout and skids, and then hopefully get Skyhawk in range of that. But I don't think my combiner will get in range of that. That's the problem. I think once I've activated that combiner, do we use SG Jetfire to take that out? And It's out of range. It's a good base. It is a good base. An interesting base. Sure, I might actually drop against this base because it's pretty decent. We'll have to wait and see. But definitely skids and rook just in there, and that'll get rid of that billbot. That'll get rid of that. That'll pop all them. I don't think the rook's hollow will survive though, so I might have to use it twice. But I think on my box again, will get sucked in there. I don't want to get hit by that hack, and I might have to use my combiner. Or do I use a different combiner? I might actually use a different combiner. I might actually use Skyrim for this base and a hit from my Titan as well, I think. So I might take that out. Do I take SG Jetfire for that? Do I think I need to, maybe? Or do I? Interesting. So my team generally stays the same apart from this one here. That one changes. That one position. Everything else stays the same. So yeah. Brainstorm for the top section. Skid for the billbots. Rook. Pipes I need. Blaster I need. SG Jetfire is a good idea though, isn't it? Yeah, in case at the age, but it's expensive though. Interesting, interesting. Okay, let's give it a whirl. Let's give it a whirl. I could do with tracks as well though, actually, but tracks is interesting because tracks will stop the hack from hacking my bots as much as well. That and a healing tower will get me through it, but don't do damage as such. That the age core is dangerous though, so yes, go with that. Chris Hammond, can you tell me why at level 25 5-star Overlord is weaker than Triprodic Galvatronus and Leo? Just the way it's balanced, sadly. But yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay. So let's drop Brook there first. And then his little minion there, we'll do there. Block out the damage. And then if we drop that there like that. Needs to get Brainstorm in range though. Oh, it's Galvatronus. Interesting. That's interesting. I should have scouted really. Need to take out the age core out very quickly. Oh, it's healed again. Woo! You see there, that's what I mean, but Skid's getting stuck down there. I'm going to use that there. That'll give it some points back. Oh no, because it's invulnerable. Brilliant. This is not going good now because everything's invulnerable. Lost pipe, which is not good. Need Blaster's minions to throw up there to distract that. Oh, this is not good. Oh. We might just scrape it, I think. Whew! That invulnerability nearly got me. It's impressive. Good base. Good base. I like it. I like it. It's a good base. Not bad. But yeah, like I said, that's probably why I should scout, guys. I'm honest with you. I would not go and scout that and make sure. But yeah, interesting base. I think they had thrust at the top there as well, which was interesting. But yeah, decent base, good layout. If we need a layout, I would suggest copying that. It's decent enough. I think layout cards would have caused me more problems, but then I think lack of preparation for Galvatron was a problem. But yeah, we're still on for the 300, which is decent. And yeah, on we go. Cool. But that is it for today's stream, guys. So big thank you to everyone for watching. So a big sort of information stream. You know, we do a lot of videos normally on gameplay and things like that. But I thought there was a lot of information to go through today. And not just giving the information out, but sort of giving you my take on it and whether it's good for the game or not. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the stream, guys. And yeah, don't forget to tell your friends. Go and share it. Go and let them know what we're doing. My subscriber counts getting a lot of traction right now, if I'm honest with you. Getting lots of views on my videos and streams, stuff like that. So yeah, it's doing really, really well. So I'm trying to get to 7,000 subs. I'm only at 5,500 now, but I thought if I can get to 7,000, like, that'd be crazy this year. I'm on target for about 6.5, I reckon, by the end of the year. But if we can get 7,000 out of this year, it'd be really, really cool. So go and spread the word, guys. Tell them what we're doing. I hope you enjoy my content. Big thank you to everyone who's supporting me. My my supporters, my members. Forgot the name of them. Sorry. My members. They're the guys that sort of, you know, keep me sort of doing what I'm doing and supporting me to do what I do. And obviously you guys that watch my videos and watch my streams. So a big thank you to everyone that's joined in. Big thank you to all my members and everyone that's even just tuned in for a single video. Big thank you, guys. Really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Big thank you. But yeah, thanks for joining in, guys. And I'm going to give a few more at the end. I'm going to give another code to Cyber Inferno. I'm going to give one to Benga Prime and Mercenary Terror, just for being here at the end of the stream and chatting. Simple as that. So if you want a Sunstreaker or a Stash Crystal, then hit me up after the stream, and I'll either do it tonight or early in the morning, guys. Because like I said, it's been a long, long day. But big thank you for tuning in. Big thanks, guys. See you next week where I'll have more info, a bit more gameplay, and maybe show some of these new features we've been talking about. Can't wait for it. Exciting times coming. And we'll see you next week, guys. And peace out.